Hey everyone, welcome to the second session of the Getting Started with Motion Graphics course here for Tuts Plus. Today we're going to be talking about what is motion graphics and how it differs from visual effects. And it's pretty actually very self-explanatory. Motion graphics is graphics that are in motion. This may include graphics such as vectors or shape layers or text, stuff like that. Now, a few other examples of motion graphics would be trailer titles and lower thirds. So pretty much anything that is graphics, that is computer generated, that is used in an animation to animate is pretty much motion graphics. Now, this may include stuff that you may render from your 3D application like Cinema 4D or 3ds Max. And that's a little bit more of a touchy topic because yes, you can create some titles and some abstract renders in your 3D application and bring it into After Effects, and that can be used as motion graphics, but it can also be used as visual effects. Now, for an example, if you create some awesome titles within Cinema 4D or 3ds Max, and you bring that into After Effects to create some nice titles using some 3D renders, that would be considered motion graphics. Now, a lot of people from Maya and 3ds Max also do a lot of 3D modeling for compositing. Now, compositing is pretty much where you take an element such as maybe a tank or something that you modeled in a 3D application, you bring it into After Effects or whatever you use for compositing, and you composite it into a shot. Now, that is considered visual effects. So visual effects are effects done in post-production, such as muzzle flashes or explosions or other composited elements. So pretty much visual effects are directly used on video footage, while motion graphics is its own kind of animation. Hope that made sense. But pretty much anything that you composite and to make it look a little bit more realistic and used on video footage is considered kind of visual effects. Things that you do in post-production that you want to composite in to make it look more realistic as if it was really there. And motion graphics is kind of its own animation right here. So for an example, I had this motion graphics kind of animation right here. We have the graphical background, we have some generated text using After Effects, and again we will be taking a look at how to recreate this in the upcoming sessions. So this is pretty much motion graphics. I created this completely from scratch. Now, an example of visual effects would be this kind of composition right here. Now, I did create this from scratch using Adobe After Effects, but this is more of a visual effects approach compared to a motion graphics approach. Now, as you can see, I did use a realistic texture for the texture map for the planet right here. I did create the planet to look a little bit more realistic, and I also composited in a nice kind of missile or asteroid into the shot. So although this was not really shot in real actual space, it is kind of built and composited together to make it look like an actual footage. So this is visual effects. While motion graphics would be more of a cartoon approach to it, maybe a 2D kind of version of it, something not as realistic. So pretty much in the gist down, motion graphics is its own animation created completely from scratch, whereas visual effects is more of a realistic approach to it, kind of make it seem like it's actually there when you composite stuff in. So just pretty much a very basic rundown over the difference between motion graphics and visual effects. Those aren't the exact definitions, but it's pretty much just to get you started to kind of clear up this kind of misconception, because a lot of people confuse visual effects and motion graphics together. So I just wanted to clear things up with you guys to really make you aware of what we're actually going to be learning and creating in this motion graphics course. We're going to be creating motion graphics and not visual effects. So that's pretty much it for this session. This session has been generally kind of short, but we will be making up for it in the next session, where we will be taking a look at some of the common transitions in motion graphics, such as the built-in transitions, some fades and some wipes, as well as some flybys and some tracking. So a pretty in-depth lesson next time in the next session, so definitely check it out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave the questions in the forum. I'll get to you as soon as possible. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next session.